Howdy Howdy, this is Blue Otter. Today we are playing Megaquarium, Freshwater Frenzy. We are continuing in Barachi, where we are going to look at what can you do with a decommissioned steamboat. Welcome to Barachi. You have been put in charge of converting this old steamboat into a brand new aquarium. You have absolute freedom as to what you fill the aquarium with. Freshwater, saltwater, tropical, and cold water environments are all available. However, there is one limitation. The footprint of your aquarium is limited to the size of the boat and is therefore fixed. What you see is all the space you will ever have, so plan accordingly. Your goal is simple: make your way through the ranks and accumulate a target amount of prestige. Full steam ahead. So our goals are quite simple. We're going to reach rank 7 or 900 prestige, rank 8, 2000 prestige, and earn a total of 3500 prestige. So we've got quite a bit to do. So one of the first things I want to do is to note this is probably a side paddle steamboat. I did write part of my master's thesis on steamboats. I had a portion of it on steamboats, their acceptance, and how specifically the American circus used it in its development. So we're going to expand that out to about there. I do want to try to use as many different types of tanks as possible, just because I think that that is going to make for a interesting aquarium. I do want to use, we're going to close out the terrariums because I'm not going to use terrariums in this. I do know that we have access to terrariums, and that's probably a later. If you remember, if you saw in the first opening screen, I have not actually gone past this level, so it will be a matter that I do not know what is next after this. So we are going to start with, I want to give people about two paces. But I do want these first tanks to be somewhat big, so I'm going to make them as long as I can, but we're just going to go with that for distance. And then right now, we're going to close off as much as we can, because I don't really want to develop any more than this. We are going to come through and we're going to do a staff door. And we're going to put a staff door here, here, and here. I am going to consolidate as much as I can, and actually, now that I've put those in, I'm going to even further consolidate them, because I only want to give people as little room to move as I can. This is going to be a small boat. When I went up for my master's graduation, when I got to walk across the stage, one of the things we did was we went and got to see the Nautilus, which is a submarine, and we actually got to go on the Nautilus. And you want to talk about cramped, that is a cramped space. Now, before I take it back. Before we do this, let's pick this up. This side is going to be on here, and I'm going to have a similar one. What was that? About 2 over, and that's going to be here. Now, I don't know if I want this to be freshwater or saltwater. What I want to do is I want it to be where people can come over here, and then they're going to go down one side, go all the way down, and then come back around the other side. So we've got some traffic flow, which is going to help, especially considering that I'm only giving them so much space to walk around. because we do need to be able to get places for people to go. I am going to anticipate that we're going to do auto feeders, because I do have my workshops installed. And we are going to go through and look and see what fish do we have available. So we have several toggles. We have tropical, cold water, saltwater, and freshwater. We could make this as much freshwater as possible. That would be interesting. But I do like to have something that is a little bit more substantial, especially in that first tank. Something that you're going to be able to see, to ooh and ah over. And let's look at what we have. And I'm leaning more towards staying away from the cold water, just because I have more options with tropical water. So let's see, how much space is this? This is 220. I could have some unicorn surgeonfish, which would give me plenty of room. They would need at least 108, so I would have plenty of room for that. The school bannerfish would be another good option. Neither one of them are wimps, so I could have a coral beauty. One thing about this one is that I would not be able to have animals 1 through 4, but it does look like they would be able to work with having others in the tank. So what I'm thinking I might do, this one is really pretty. So I'm thinking that I'm going to make this a saltwater tank, and I'm going to have, this one is really pretty, has a size of 6, so I could actually put him in here. We're going to also grab this lion's fish. What is your water temperature? Too low. I can live with that. We are going to, there's a humpback snapper, not yet. Not with another one that has a green pellet. And we are going to, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab these bannerfish. I need 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now I need unicorn surgeonfish. We're just gonna grab one of those because he does not need to be in a pair or a group or anything. This guy is kind of cute, but I think I'm gonna hold off on the damselfish. We're gonna have a quarry. We'll have the coral beauty in there. And what other fish can we do? We can have a longhorn cowfish in there, and I think we'll be fine to put in maybe a couple hermit crabs. All right, now let's see what all. Okay, since we've done this as a saltwater tank, we're going to add it to there. Great. Now, I'm not worried about food just yet. I need to make sure that I've got plants set up. So we're going to have it in saltwater. And there's a kelp pile. That's interesting. We can I don't necessarily like that. That kind of just looks like trash fell to the floor. Here's a small feather, so we can have one of those. We can have there's a medium kelp. Now that is a large kelp. And even that is not... the tank is too small for that. But we can have some kelp. So small little kelp forest there. And we will do something over here. We can have some eelgrass right over there. And that should be satisfactory for vegetation. Now we need 300 heat. I still need to put what kind of... So we're going to collapse all. I want caves. We're going to do a pitted column with kelp overhang. That will help with... should meet most, if not all, of the requirements. And I can add a little bit more kelp if I need to. So now I need to do some heat and power. And that's going to be where most of our issues are going to be stemming from. So we're going to do another heater combo mix. Then we will do a filter combo. And then we're still missing some heat. So we are going to do just a large heater. Still missing some. So we were going to add a large heater right there. Still. Okay. One more. Okay, so that will be enough. So I definitely need to get the large combo heater, which is what I was planning on doing. My plan is to have this where this will go all the way down. So this will just be pretty much one long hallway, maybe some interns in. For right now, we're just going to have a path there. And I need bloodworm. Not bloodworm. This is saltwater, so it is, the red is mussels. And I need green pellets. And then I also need the cockles. So we're going to have cockles right there. So that does for that side. Now I've got one more thing I want to do is over here. That's not not as many animals. I do plan on having more fish in there as I possibly can, especially with having some science posters would be really good. How many different fish do I have here? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have... I do have the ecology poster unlocked. So one of the things we can do is we can post this, click that to there, and look at that. That's going to get us 250. If I throw any more into there, I will be able to get way more. So let's see if I add more fish, but I am not going to be able to afford any more fish at the moment. So I am going to have to deal with, we're going to seal that off for now, so that way we can focus on just having, the people are going to get this tank. Now I need to make sure that I actually, because I do not believe I have anybody working. So here's one, he's got one, here's Harry. 1 feeding, 2 fixing. That's pretty good. Kiki, 2 feeding. So I think given the amount that I have, let's go with Teresa. She's a little bit more expensive, but I think in the long run, this will be a little bit better because I can use her for several more days. She'll be able to get stuff. So we're going to do that. And then I do need someone who can do cleaning, who is not expensive. Where's Dante? Where's Dante when I need him? Dante did a terrific job when we upgraded him to start being, he upgraded from basically janitorial to, Omar's the only one that I've got that's got cleaning. Or 37, it's gift shop, fixing, feeding, fixing. Omar's the only one. Yeah, Omar's the only one. We're gonna let the dice roll on that one. Okay, so we've just got 1 worker. She's gonna go in. We do have all the food. So we just have those 2 tanks that people will be able to see to begin with. There we are. All right, so now we're going to look at what animals we want to adopt or be able to take in. I'm not necessarily interested in raising money. Now this would be something interesting, is to have some of these smaller fish that I could do 1 or 2 of, and possibly have them in this larger tank, and that's going to be a way of getting some really boost this ecology poster that I have over here. Okay, so now for this, there's a couple things that I'm going to really have to do before I can expand onto my freshwater side. I am really going to need to have this RO machine, but I also, to cut down on a lot of my machines, I need this large combo. So I'm going to go with the large combo first. And we're just going to have, I think we just have 1 person. So let's go through and we do have the padded bench. That's awesome. So we're going to put a padded bench over on this side, and I will put another bench. I don't really have a spot for it. So we're going to pick our next research. We're going to go back to rank 1. We're going to actually skip the peeper. We're going to grab these damselfish, because that's going to be a way that we're just going to fill out this tank. We've got the unicorn surgeonfish that's going to grow enormous, but nothing in here is going to actually attack or damage others. So this is setting up a good solid foundation for building up more ecology. Now I do have a wimp in there, so I don't want to mess with any of these that are bullies, but I do want and then these that cannot have others of the same kind, but this one is cute, and I do have a lot of room that I can add stuff, such as a good way to do that is just to put a pitted column in right as soon as I have enough money. There, just like that. I have more than enough rocks for them to go in. So this is going to be a huge tank. And now I can go in and I can just be like, okay, here's one. That's another 50. That's another 50 ecology right there. We are going to... yeah, we will get the samurai. That here is the black marginalized. I believe do I have orange? I do not believe I have orange. So yeah, so I do need to add orange pellets to my list of food here. And here they need to be 1 or 5. I do like the idea of having some schooling, and I've got the space, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Hold off on that. Oh, because I don't have enough money, that's why. So we're going to come over here. That's fine. So I need 42, so we're gonna have 3. That one I meant to do the 4 and 5. There we are. Now they are happy. Don't have any complaints, but we do need some zooplankton. So we're going to come back over here. And we're just going to grab some zooplankton. And I'll be able to place it as soon as I have money. So I need 240 to do the zooplankton, and as soon as I place the zooplankton down, I'm gonna go check out and see how many points we're getting from that ecology poster. So from this ecology poster, we are currently getting 400 ecology. So this is gonna help make a lot of these go through really fast. As fast as we can, almost as fast as we can put down animals. So here is the Rollins. As long as they don't have an issue with other, so here's a canary wrasse, needs at least a 1x1. All right, so we have, I think I already put one of them in there. We're gonna put this one. I need 1. Not enough money, so we're gonna speed this up a little bit so we can get some money. So be fine with that one. So we have 1, 2, and then we have and as soon as I can place this, I'm just going through and getting some of the smaller ones out of the way. Blue line demoiselle, there we go. So these little small ones are fine now. Okay, so we're gonna slow this down. All right, we do need a little bit more rocks, so we're gonna go through and we're just going to add, collapse the caves. We're gonna go to rocks. We do want to make sure that we pick ones that are not for the for freshwater, and so there is, and we can just put in a handful of rocks for them to enjoy. There we go. And they do need live Midas shrimp, so we're going to, there we go, right. Oh. almost. And we're going to expend. Those fish are not going to be happy, but they will be as soon as I can unlock. Well, it's unlocked. I just can't put any in there. So let's go back up to that. We'll get the Arabian butterfly fish, and we're going to place one of those. All right. Now, one thing I do need to do, and I'm going to pause this. I completely forgot to put out tool stations. So I am going to have a tool station over here, and we're going to put another tool station nowhere because I can't afford it. But that is causing all of that to go down. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually hire a couple of people that can do some feeding, fixing, and then we're going to slow this down to regular speed so that we can watch this. As soon as they get these machines fixed, the heat will go back up and the filtration will go back up. So I'm not too concerned about that. So let's see, now we've got this at 500. So that's a lot, and that is not even, we're not even half filled with what we can put into this tank. I do want to make sure that yeah, it's probably because of the filtration. We'll grow to 18, and we do want to make sure that that unicorn surgeon will grow to his full size. And then we will add, once we get these two tanks fully established, or at least a good start and where we're making some money, which is another thing that we can do, is making sure that people have something to drink, something to eat, something to throw their trash away in. I do not believe I have anything other than the shelves. Oh, I do have a guidebook shelf. So we can do a guidebook shelf right here. And with that, we do need a guidebook supply, which we can put right there. I will need to hire somebody that can do a gift shop, because I don't believe anybody, yeah, nobody I hired can do gift shop. So we are going to so Learns are my only choice. We'll get Benny, and then Benny can, if I did not, we're going to push second on that one for gift shop. So we are going to have our gift shop there. What other aspects can we have? Now, one thing that we don't have is we don't have access to anything as far as trying to think. We're gonna put that right there. We don't have access to some things. There are some things that we're not going to have access to, and that's fine, because what I really want right now is, this is about closing off all aspects of seeing that, because the other aspect that they need to have is they do need access to a toilet. Otherwise, they're going to be complaining and then needing to leave, and it won't be nice. Now, I do have some display items that just help with general prestige. So some of these will come into play when I do more of my sandbox run that I'm wanting to do. What do I have in other attractions? So with data signs are great because they help with prestige, and they really don't take up a whole lot of space. But they do help with keeping that prestige up. We are going to put one there, and we will put one right there so that it will be open. It needs to go right there, actually. So I have this closed off because if they don't have access to it, if they see it, then they're like, oh, there's a blank aquarium, and that's not good for business. So I'm seeing that there is still an issue with the filtration. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to add a rubble over here and see if that is enough to do it. And that is enough because these are both shared. So what I do in one will affect the other. So with that, we are going to close out this episode. We are going to look into what kind of freshwater fish we can add here. And we will be back. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.